Can you imagine if Bluetooth hearing aids were giving us all brain cancer? Hey guys, welcome back to the Dr. Cliff AUD vlog. This is vlog number 307, and today I want to talk to you about Bluetooth hearing aids and how they may be having a negative impact on our overall health. But before I get into today's video, guys, do us a huge favor, click the like button, really helps out the channel. And if you are not yet subscribed to the channel with notifications turned on, go ahead and do that as well. It's greatly appreciated. So what is prompting today's video? Well, as usual, I was scouring the different Facebook forums, and there was a particular question asking, are there reliable hearing aids that do not pair with the smartphone? So just to answer this question right off the bat, yes, there are hearing aids that are out there that have no Bluetooth connectivity whatsoever. Now, most of those are non-wireless in-the-ear hearing aids, devices that are not even big enough to have a Bluetooth antenna inside of them. But the vast majority of hearing aids that are out there have Bluetooth capabilities. I don't care if they're prescription hearing aids or over-the-counter hearing aids. If you're buying a hearing aid that goes behind your ear, chances are that hearing aid is going to have Bluetooth connectivity. Now, I have no clue why this individual is actually asking this question. They could be asking the question because they currently have Bluetooth hearing aids that are paired up with their phone, and all of the notifications and all that are completely driving them crazy. If that's the case, then just get hearing aids that have Bluetooth and don't pair them up to your phone. It's as simple as that. But if the question is really coming from a place of, is it even safe to have Bluetooth inside of your hearing aids? That opens up a whole new can of worms. So I actually did some research on this. Rather, I did not do research. I did a literature review. I looked at all the literature that's out there that has to do with hearing aids and other electronic devices that have Bluetooth capabilities, and whether or not individuals who use those devices are at higher risk of things like brain cancer. Now, when you think about hearing aids, of course, those sit on and in your ears in very close proximity to your head. So if they are emitting a ton of different radiation from these Bluetooth signals, then there is a possibility that you could be making yourself susceptible to brain cancer because of it. But here's what I found in my literature review. So hearing aids are so small that they emit a fraction of what you would get from your phone when it comes to the radiation from these particular devices. Now, when you look at this radiation, you can have two forms of radiation. You can have ionizing radiation and you can have non-ionizing radiation. When you think of ionizing radiation, you need to be thinking of things like x-rays, okay? You know when you go into the dentist and they need to do x-rays on your mouth and they put this big heavy weighted vest on you, that's a lead vest to prevent that x-ray radiation, that ionizing radiation, from damaging other tissues inside of your body. Now, you do not want to be getting x-rays all of the time. The more x-rays that you get, the more ionizing radiation that you're exposed to, and the more potential negative health effects that would be associated with that. On the other hand, non-ionizing radiation is like microwaves or radio waves or even light. Like this light that I have inside of my studio right here is emitting non-ionizing radiation. Now, the only danger that is posed through non-ionizing radiation is burns. Now, this is a little graphic here, but if you were to take your hand and stick it in your microwave in your kitchen and turn it on, that non-ionizing radiation would absolutely burn you. Hearing aids emit non-ionizing radiation, just like your smartphone does. Now, the amount of non-ionizing radiation is different between a hearing aid and, let's say, my Samsung Galaxy S25. You would have to have probably, I don't know, 50 to 100 Bluetooth hearing aids to equal one smartphone. Now, to be fair, you do not have your phone up on your ear at all times throughout the day, although some people might. Whereas hearing aids, you are literally wearing them on and in your ears for anywhere between 10 and 15 hours a day on average. What that means is that the non-ionizing radiation that is being emitted from a pair of hearing aids is probably more concentrated in and around your ears compared to what your smartphone is. The only thing here is, though, is that it is not ionizing radiation. If it was ionizing radiation, you absolutely would be at risk for other serious adverse health effects by wearing hearing aids that have Bluetooth capabilities. But the biggest risk that you're under wearing a hearing aid on and in your ears is burns. And the chance of you actually being burned by a hearing aid is extremely low. And now some of you are out there like, well, okay, let's ignore the Bluetooth for a second. What about the lithium-ion batteries? We all know that those are potentially dangerous. They can explode and combust and cause burns that way. Well, there's never been, at least not that I'm aware of, any prescription hearing aid that has ever caught on fire because of faulty lithium batteries. Of course, now as I say this, this will probably happen at some time, but because hearing aids are medical devices, they are scrutinized much more as a medical device than you would have with a consumer electronic. I'm probably more likely to get burned by my AirPods Pro 3 than I am with my hearing aid. And this is all really good news because eventually it will be impossible for you not to have a hearing aid that has Bluetooth. Now, if you're on the other side of the fence and you're like, hey Cliff, I'm willing to use any Bluetooth device. I've got Bluetooth devices all over my house. I like Wi-Fi in my house. I like all the things that is emitting all of these different frequencies and radio waves and all of that. Well, I have some bad news for you because if you're streaming all day long with your hearing aids, that is probably not lending very well to you communicating well with others. And you have to remember, one of the primary reasons why you're getting hearing aids is to establish better communication with the people that you surround yourself with. I can tell you that I regularly see patients who come into my clinic, and when I look at the data logging of their hearing aids, they've got 75% of their time streaming audio, whether that's from their smartphone or whether that's from their TV. Now, I don't know about you, but when I was growing up, my parents would limit the amount of time that we could be sitting in front of the TV, and of course they didn't let us sit too close to the TV because our eyes would go cross-eyed. I think of it the same way when you're using hearing aids to stream audio at all times. You probably need to take a break now and then and actually go out and live your life a little bit and establish relationships with some other people so you can actually have human-to-human connection rather than just being connected to your wireless devices. But I want to hear from you. Are you a huge fan of having hearing aids that can Bluetooth connect with other things in your environment so you can stream audio directly into your ears? Or are you one of those individuals who does not like Bluetooth because you're worried about the adverse health effects? Let me know down in the comment section, and I'll see you in the next video.